Pick it up for David, one more thing.
And we're now live on Twitch.
Yo.
Oh.
Yo. So why are we here today, man? Tell everybody what you've been concocting over the last year. And this isn't the first time, is it?
No, well, as you can see on the screen here, this beautiful artwork has been made by one of the artists, Beskar, aka Ruben.
Yo.
It's we've done you another One More Thing cross Grand Theft Audio EP.
Wow.
For you to give away for free to get paid to keep doing what you're doing, which is being a credit to the scene and spreading the good news of drum and bass.
Oh, go on.
And support a lot of people that deserve it.
Precisely.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. Here.
Amazing. I'm really bad at taking compliments. I always feel really kind of awkward and stuff, but it's amazing. It blows me away. Humbles me completely. This isn't the first time that you've done this, James and Robbie. Like, this is the second time now. The first one dropped Halloween last year as well, while I was on holiday, actually. Doesn't even feel like a year ago. And once again, you've all excelled yourselves. I mean, I don't know if there's anybody who's watching this particular broadcast who was also on your Twitch when you first played me these tunes. But they blew me away, absolutely blew me away. And thank you to everybody who's on this call, and obviously Plasma Tour as well, who we're going to chat to later on. Yeah, from the bottom of my heart, I can't thank you enough. It's amazing that you've taken the time out to, you know, kind of make these tunes specifically and provide them on the EP. It's I'm blown away. Like, it's absolutely
No problem, mate.
Shall we listen to 3 of the 4 tunes now? Shall we listen to the ones that the people that are here have made?
Let's do it.
One more thing. Let's hear it for Dave, the interview king from UKF to his time of vision. The voice of a scene that draws you in. Now he does the Lord's work at one more thing. Let's hear it for Dave, the interview king from UKF to his time of vision. The voice of a scene that draws you in. Now he does the Lord's work at one more thing. Pick it up for David, one more thing. We got a kick and snare and hi-hat in place. Now one more thing, bring that dirty bass in. One more thing. Let's hear it for
Oh, Beskar.
Beskar, that's you doing the MCing, right?
It is, yes.
Yeah, you've got a very distinctive voice. Like that, I could tell straight away. It's you do the vocals on a lot of your tracks, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Well, yeah, I try and do a lot of. I try and do vocals. Yeah.
It's you singing on Cthulhu, right?
Yeah, it's me singing on
Yeah.
that. God, I can't. Most tracks that have if any track out there that has a male vocal, it's me from me.
To anyone that's anyone watching for the first time, watch the one last time I had Dave on and watch Dave's reaction when we played in that for the first time. It was so.
Ruben,
Blew
can
me
you turn
away.
your
It
mic
stopped
up
me
a
in
little
my
bit?
tracks. Like, it's yeah.
How's that?
To go to that
Perfect.
effort
Yeah.
and to make such a banger and to say such kind words blows me away. It's the opening tune on the Freshest Drum and Bass playlist, which I curate and put together. I did that last night. And got really emotional about it again last night. Like, it's you've gone to a huge level there, and it's just as a man of words, I should be able to articulate myself a bit better. But yeah, especially being tired and emotional after the weekend and stuff like that. Yeah, just blows my mind. Thank you so much.
Like,
more than
and I
welcome.
can't wait to actually
Anytime.
DJ it. Well,
You're more than welcome. I've been a massive fan of you since. Well, I've been listening to Vision for fucking years, so you know that. And then obviously One More Thing. You've put nearly every single one of my releases gets on that playlist. So I can't thank you enough for that. So it's the least I can do. When James messaged me asking if I wanted to be a part of it, I was like 100%. And then I thought, you know, because I quite often do my own vocals, I thought I'll do something like kind of with like some sort of reference to you. I don't know, the lyrics just came naturally just thinking about it. But yeah, no, you're welcome. It was fun to make. And I kind of, I obviously the last year Shaper did, the Yes Dave. In my head, I was like, right, I need to top that. I need to do something. I need to have something that's like a little bit, that's personal, kind of.
Yeah.
One more thing.
Play
Brilliant. It's got
Nice.
that real kind of dance floor punch to it. It's got a bit of Subfocus energy there, just like that, just that big bass line and everything. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love those kind of whoopy leads, the whoop whoop woo. I don't know, like I've always loved those, and it's not something that I've used. I don't think I've ever put in a song. I maybe back in the day over some kind of dubstep or that, but I've not used that since I've started Beskar, put it that way.
Right, go on. It does, those sounds actually remind me of a really fond time in drum and bass, which is around about like 2008, 2009, when you had that kind of dubstep crossover, just pre-UKF really. There was some like Simon Bassline and Drum Sounds. Yeah, but it's Drum Sound and Bassline Smith, to use their proper name actually. And that kind of Subfocus Neuro-y type of sound. Like that
Quite
was,
Tantrum Desire as well. That whole sort of
yes.
technique sound sort of
Yeah,
going into the
definitely,
new decade, 2010. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And that was a massive influence on me, especially. So it was, that whole sound, but and in particular that lead sound, I just love it. So it was good to use it again.
Yeah, brilliant.
Dave,
Cool.
did you in any way expect that?
Hmm?
Did you in any way expect what was coming from the intro of that song? Because like I said last time, it's like an episode of This Is Your Life. It must have been quite an emotional to hear in one go.
It blew me away. I knew it would be something special because, like you say, I've supported a lot of your music. Anyway, since Funky Trooper was the first kind of track that really got my attention and showed me that you're doing something different, having interviewed you and knowing your musical background and stuff, and all of the albums that you wrote for yourself in your studio shed that you made, and your multi-instrumentalist kind of approach to things. Like, I knew it would be something different, but I never could have forecast that in any way at all. Like, it was amazing.
I think I get a little bit bored when I'm just stuck in the DAW. So I feel like I need to kind of put some vocals on or pick one of these up in the background or anything, something like that. I don't know. It's just, I feel like that tactile human element. I think that kind of, that's kind of what I think makes me stand out a little bit from maybe other artists a wee bit. And it's just something that I enjoy doing. So it was and
it's something you can do. So you're bringing your own flavor to the melting pot then.
Adding quote unquote real music to it.
Should we listen to Hanami now?
Yeah, this is was this our second collab ever?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And word on the street is that it's strictly for the Patreon massive.
Yeah.
Strictly for the Patreon massive.
Maybe you should have recorded us something saying strictly for the Bandcamp massive.
Yeah, strictly
when
for
we
the Patreon
changed
and
the
Bandcamp
plan.
massive.
But no, we saw the opportunity to sample you, and we actually sampled when we did this interview last year. It's a sample from your first sentence of the podcast where you're like, they've made us something that's strictly for the Patreon massive, and it was your welcome to us all last year, so it felt right to put it on the track this year.
Go on. I love that. That's wicked. But I am I'll say this now for the audience. Like, if anybody's supporting on Patreon, I am going to give these tracks away today on Patreon. Once this call is over, I'm going to give them all to anybody who supports me on Patreon. I mean, I've been quite public about my relationship with Patreon. I don't feel I fulfill what I promise to people who pay me any money. So because I found that was quite a lot of effort for a very, very small amount of people. And it wasn't what I wanted to do one more thing for. I don't want exclusivity. I want it to be as inclusive as possible and for the people. And I found that it was really bothering me and winding up my mental health. So the very fact that people have stayed with me on Patreon, even though I don't really do many incentives, And I've spoken to a lot of Patreon supporters, and they say that they don't want incentives. They do it because they respect and appreciate and like what I do, which is, you know, mind blowing again, just as much as this EP is. So anybody who does support me on Patreon has got my absolute undying appreciation and gratitude. I don't know how to. It's like launching One More Thing has made me realize that I'm an awful businessman, an absolutely awful businessman. But I love creation even more than I thought I did, because I'm quite happy to work for absolutely nothing and do the amount of stuff that I do for music. With very little income, because I do believe that it's all going in the right direction. It's a really positive energy to put out and to support all this amazing music that's being made with the same intention. You know, when you sit down to make a tune, you're not thinking about your income. You're thinking about what you want to do with the tune and the process and stuff. Even if income is part of all of that, and it has to be. You know, I know that you guys are full-time in music, yourself, James, and Robbie. So I know that it has to be part of it, but it's in a very different way, isn't it? And you need to approach the creativity with a completely open and not contrived mind, or otherwise then you end up not making what you want to be making, and it defeats the object of doing what you're doing in the first place.
Definitely a balance to be made between like doing stuff that you love and doing stuff that's going to earn some money, so that you can keep doing the stuff that you love. And walking that balance is between just doing purely what you want to do and selling out. That's what every artist has to do in order to, you know, be a full-time artist.
For the Patreon masses. For the Patreon masses.
Oh, go on. I need to play more peak time sets so I could drop a weapon like that. Like, wow. have you guys got to play it yet at all, or is it too fresh?
I played it a couple of times. Yeah, it's definitely gone up every time.
You know what? I'm going to play it this weekend. I've actually not played it yet, but I'm going to play it this weekend. I'm playing in Ipswich with Clue and Conrad subs, and I'm on like 2:15 till 3, so like perfect time for that sort of thing to go off.
I played it a couple of weeks ago. It was
banging.
Yeah. It was.
How'd it go off?
Yeah, great. I think that's my favorite one on this EP, to be honest.
I remember seeing this, like, I think it was like the week after we finished it, like got the final version. Gifter Gabby played it at Hospitality in the Woods, and that was like the first time I'd actually heard it on a decent speaker.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool to see. Yeah.
I didn't know that, yeah.
Big up, Gifter.
I didn't know that. Did you get a video?
I did it because I was going crazy, but my mate did.
Oh,
wicked! We can use that tomorrow to promote it.
Yeah.
Nice. That'll be amazing. Go on. So my voice has come out of the Hospitality in the Woods sound system then, so people heard my strange Welsh tones. Tell me about Hanami then, and how did this come about in general? Because like you say, it's the second collaboration.
Yeah, so I made the original demo like a year ago. And then it was right when this new anime that's really popular called Jujutsu Kaisen was out. And then one of the characters is called Hanami. And then there's just the energy and the vibe that I got from that character, and like its design just kind of gave me the inspiration to just make something really dark and high energy and aggressive. And then sadly I lost a project file for it because my laptop kind of killed itself. So I had like an idea's worth of stems. It wasn't like a full track, and then I sent it over to the Sola boys, and then they finished it off. So yeah, they managed to like keep the energy and in fact actually build upon it. Definitely take it from just like an idea to like a finished track. Yeah, I'm really really happy with this. Yeah, I think also with the second time, the half time second drop. Yeah, I really like the way that all came together as well.
Oh, I forgot there's
Yeah,
a halftime second drop.
yeah,
Shall we have a
yeah.
listen?
Strictly for the Patreon massive.
Yeah, when we knew we were doing another one of these One More Thing EPs, since it's the first one we've done since Giles has joined the team, it made sense for it to be Sola and Duke and together. For...
Yeah. So rather than replacing some of the bases that Giles made, I think we used every single base.
Yeah.
We changed it. So like if he sent us a base that went, we'd sort of put loads of automate. Like we'd put it through some rift and some trash and add loads of automation to give it lots of movement. But we'd used all of his original stuff. So I don't think there's anything he sent us that we didn't use, but we just built on top of it and loads and loads and loads of processing and reprocessing until it sounded like that.
Amazing. Yeah. So thank you so much. So let's listen to this VIP now as well. And this is absolutely hair raising too.
Wrapped to VIP. Yeah.
Yeah. Is Johnny still here? Has he had to go?
Yeah. No, he's over there.
There I got
I'm
you.
vibing.
We altered the course of natural history. This is a correction. We altered the course of natural history. This is a correction.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Go on. So take us back to the original, Johnny. Then, and how that first came about, really.
Well, the original was on the annual last year, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was on the Fresh Music annual. I'll just play like 20 seconds of it, just so you can sort of hear how much he's gone in on it and changed it. This was the original. So that was quite straightforward. It was a proper good tune, but it was quite straightforward, and you really have changed loads about it and put in lots of work to get it to be this unique, discombobulating thing where you just sort of no idea where you are in relation to the tune, but in such a good way, and it just sort of like, yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, the original was I just got Form. So I was just going mad with Form because it's such a mad resampler. And the original, it had a load of different like vocals in, and I just couldn't decide on one that I was liking. And then because in the VIP I've got Jeff Goldblum's voice in it, and that was in the original project. But I thought I don't really like it. I'll mute it, but I'll keep the Raptor idea with like it sounds like like a mechanical robot. But then I was like, I'll just leave the vocals out of it. I'm not vibing with them. And then, yeah, so that kind of all happened. And then he was like, James said, do you want to do VIP? I was like, yeah, all right, why not? And then, so the vocals were already there. So I was like, it's a VIP. I could do whatever I want. I'll bring Jeff Goldblum back. Everyone loves Jeff Goldblum. I made all the Raptor sounds all a bit more prominent and gave them a bit more to do. And then, I added the proper like jump uppy stab at the beginning. I added that because I was like, it's kind of quite popular now, and I could do like a mechanical dinosaur version and see if it works, and it was all right. So Well, why
So
not?
did you actually sample a raptor from Jurassic Park for that?
I mean, Google did it, but yeah.
Just one of the
Yeah,
local
yeah.
ones in
Yeah,
Gosport.
literally, yeah. I just went down the road, went down the pub.
The Swan and Raptor.
Yeah, no, I just found the VFX on Google.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Go on, that's amazing. That's got everything.
I did actually
Jeff
the Jeff Goldblum bit. I like watched the movie and then like, cut out that bit from the Jeff Goldblum speech. But the actual raptor effects, I just got off Google.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, no, but that's what I meant. It's like so. It's a raptor noise that you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's class.
I like the fact that sample was in the original, but you decided to ditch it, but kept it there anyway as a reminder, really, I guess, of what kind of triggered the inspiration.
I never delete anything. Never delete anything.
And the best VRPs are the ones where it's like you can feel the Go Faster stripes painted on it and the extra kind of like turbo boosters and stuff. It's like, yeah, this is like, it's like the original track has gone to the gym for 6 months every single day.
Swole.
Yeah, it's not like it doesn't
Got
like need
swole.
too much. Like the drums, I don't think I'd change the drums at all, except for the in the bit leading up to like the 1.5 drop where it's got the 808. Like original one was an Amon break, and I think I just changed it for like a hot pants break, and I think that's all I changed in the drums.
Oh,
nice.
There's more the additions of the basses then. And
Yeah,
more kind of added
and like the added effects and stuff, and the way the notes went as well was a bit different.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. It's like I'm blown away by this whole conversation and all of the music, and looking forward as well for the final piece of the puzzle later on, Mr. Plasmator as well.
So yeah, let's have a little listen to Secondhand Rave by Plasmator, and then we'll talk about how great it is.
I don't think that's the CD player.
Quite a nice kind of time for Halloween, really. It's a little bit of a Halloween vibe, but such a tune. Thank you so much, Alex.
It's spooky and euphoric, which is a very hard combination to pull off, but you really manage it.
I played it on Saturday night actually, like, and it because I played like quite a few, not just like Halloween bootlegs, but Halloweeny, kind of spooky, scary, chillingy kind of vibe in my set, like. And yeah, it just fitted so well and sounded amazing. Yeah.
Go on. So what inspired the track then? Was there anything in particular?
Yeah, I mean, like a particular tune, like a track called "Trip to Trumpton." Like if you listen, that kind of percussive sort of bell that kind of comes in is actually like the kind of fire alarm from Trumpton, and. Yeah, it's like an old track from like 91 or 92 maybe, called Trip to Trumpton by Urban Hype.
I remember it. I remember when it was in the charts. I actually remember hating on it because I was a heavy metal kid. And I just thought it was rubbish. I was like, this is kiddie stuff. This is rubbish.
Giles, are you young enough to remember Trumpton?
No, I don't think so.
Hugh, Barley McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble and Grub.
Yeah,
I think I quite got.
Remember it.
That's a bit before my time, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it was stuff that our kind of parents would have watched, really, or kind of in between. It was like, it was quite old, but then repeats of that would be shown on the telly. And then, that got sampled. It was around about the same time as like the kind of Prodigy did Charlie. Because that was like a road safety advert around about that time, or kind of in the 80s as well. Yeah, but I remember hating on that particular track as a kid, thinking I'll never be into that stupid car alarm music, that electronic nonsense. And look at me now, like, sorry, past Dave, I've completely let you down. I'm not a singer in a heavy metal band. I'm a raver, and I'm loving this. Yeah, so that's really interesting kind of inspiration point. I wouldn't have expected that. But when you talk about the riff and that kind of vibe, it's definitely got that Naughty Dog
that riff
vibe.
is kind of sort of chopped up from the original one, and well, yeah, I found it as like there's a secondhand shop closing down the road from me, and I was in there just sort of doing what we could find, like, and came across this CD that was loose. And it was just like a rave compilation from the early 90s. And I was like, oh, how much for this? Like, got it for like 50p. Like, some of the tracks were skipping, which again kind of influenced the skipping before the drop. So like, yeah, all that, the secondhand name, obviously, secondhand rave, like, because it's from a CD from a secondhand shop. But yeah.
Oh, wicked. That's a really cool story.
Yeah. I love that. And yeah. Thank you again. Really, that rounds up like an amazing EP, which covers all musical bases really across kind of a huge chunk of drum and bass and stuff, and represents what One More Thing is all about.
Yeah, that's
and Alex,
true. I mean,
especially you've been incredibly
dance floor.
supportive of everything that I've done, really. So thank you.
There is, yeah, I love what you do, so have to support it.
Yeah,
that is true. All four of these tunes have got completely different vibes, and all of them don't fall neatly into one subgenre either. They all sort of cross over into several sort of what would be traditionally the subgenres of drum and bass. It's really diverse.
Yeah, definitely.
It's an amazing EP.
Something for everyone, as they say around
here. I'm already excited now about what's going to happen next year.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to top best cars, though, isn't it, man?
Yeah, 10 years of Grand Theft Audio next year, so we're going to have to. We'll have to come up with a really cool EP that befits a label with a decade of experience.
Wow, 10 years. Does it feel like 10 years for you guys?
No, and yes, and then we feel like it feels like we're a new label in a way. Like it's mad.
It does, because we've like between 2 and 3 times as many sales year on year for the last 4 years, and of course between 2 and 3 times as many royalties we can pay out across those years. Like, we've sold more in the last 2 years than in the 8 years previous. So It feels like we're a new label. In a way, especially because a lot of the new labels hit the ground running by being run by, say, Camo and Crooked, or someone big. So in a way, it feels like we're a new label, even though it took us a long time to get up to speed. But it's not a race. The race is only with yourself.
Always.
And they're doing amazingly. Like, I love working with these guys, and yeah, like, so looking forward to the releases I've got coming up with them. And
you've got something very special coming up with us, Alex, haven't you?
Ooh.
Well, yeah, exactly.
We can leave it at that, but yeah.
Good.
Oh, we can.
What is this going to be a bombshell? Is this like a cliffhanger moment to finish?
To Alex, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a couple of other bits I can talk about that are coming up, but yeah.
What do you have coming up?
Well, I've got a series of remixes coming up, like, so remixes of some of the tracks that I've released on GZ Audio, Goozy's label. Because obviously I've had the 2 EPs and 1 track that was on like a VA EP. So I've got like 13 tracks basically to kind of work from. So I've got the first. They're going to be dropping as singles every 2 months, basically, until I run out.
That's really cool.
So yeah, next month, I think it's November the 11th. No, November the 10th will be Ollie Lewis's remix of Like This. Yeah. So that's going to be the first one. Then we've got Beskar doing one, a couple other names. Yeah, it'd be great.
Speaking of Beskar, we do have another bit of news, and that is that ourselves, as in like Sola, and Alex Plasmator, and Beskar have all done a giant 5-person collab for the closer of Beskar's vinyl album.
It contains Beskar's vocals and Alex's scratching.
I thought Dave was. I thought he was like flabbergasted because he didn't move his mouth. He was just like.
It was too obvious.
I thought that what we'd said is just too much for him.
It's too.
He's disconnected. He's gone. He can handle it.
I thought the reason he wasn't moving is because he couldn't handle all this.
All that information, yeah. Yeah, I did. He just
exclusived himself out of the
out of existence.
Exclusive had to get off.
I wonder if he'll get back on. Way
back. I'm back. Sorry, I thought that was you guys.
No, it was you. It was you. You'll see it when you see the video. You'll see we were giving you exclusives, and like we didn't realize you'd frozen. We just thought you were like so by the news that you just couldn't. You were just like. So we just kept giving you the tea, and you were just like. And then you just disappeared.
How much you in the couch?
Watch your back. It's hilarious.
I gotta go and have my tea, so I'm really sorry about my internet.
No worries.
Down,
no,
it's a
so good
much
stopping place.
It'll make for it was funny to watch. You'll see.
Yeah, you'll love it.
Go on, amazing.
Pick it up for Dave at one more thing.
Thank you all. Like it's amazing. So I'm gonna put this up now straight away on the Patreon, strictly for the Patreon masses.
Strictly for the Patreon.
And then I'll put it up on Bandcamp. And I think like I've only ever sold t-shirts on Bandcamp, so I think I'm gonna do like a pay as you want. And just to kind of emphasize where One More Thing is coming from and how any donations will be invested back into the brand and back into the platform and stuff like more boat parties, more releases, more articles. I have an amazing team as well. There are some awesome people. So since the last EP that we did this time last year, One More Thing is actually like a little crew of people now. So I want to big up Mark and Annalise as well, who are amazing. And it would be, like the dream is to develop this so I can pay members of staff and bring them up and teach them how to create content like I do, so they can also continue pushing amazing music and make sure that people are aware of how much meaning and personality and soul and magic goes into all art, really, but especially in our scene. And I think at a time when drum and bass is absolutely thriving and all over the charts and stuff, the reality is that most of the people making it are still working 2, 3, 4 other jobs and not really making that much money. It's only the top 1% who actually do live that lifestyle that a lot of people assume that every producer or artist or creative or DJ lives, which isn't the reality. So, the One More Thing exists for that 99%. You're less likely to find the massive headliner. Obviously, I do love what massive headliners do as well, but I am here for the underground. I'm here for the DIY crew. I'm here for the people who are doing it because they love it and they can't think of doing anything else in their life, really. And that describes all of you guys and everybody else who's kind of part of the wider GTA community, the One More Thing community, and also what I'm finding out with the Twitch community as well.
Oh, Rival Techniques says yes, guys. Rival Techniques, our MC, who is now a producer as well. It's really cool seeing people who are really good at one thing branch out and be equally good at something else. So it's big ups to people who are always branching out and always finding new ways to express themselves.
Yeah, definitely. That's what it's all about, really, isn't it? Challenging yourself, setting yourself new goals and ambitions and pushing yourself, really. So yeah, thank you all so much, because that's exactly what I intend to do with One More Thing, really, and see how far I can take it and see how much music and amazing art and culture we can support and help help thrive, really, during these strange times. So yeah, thank you all so much. Like I'm truly honored and blessed.